Hey guys, and welcome back into the townhome. Oh, it's just been such a whirlwind. As you can kind of see behind me, we've been starting to move things in. And I thought I'd bring you guys along with us as we move into our new apartment. And along the way, let's make this really useful by sharing some of my top tips for moving into a new rental. It is a gloomy Sunday, which is the perfect opportunity for what we need to do, and that is some deep cleaning. And I think we're gonna start over in the kitchen. Okay, so here we are in the kitchen. It is empty, it is echoey. I apologize about the audio throughout this video as everything is very empty in here, so there's a lot of reverberation, but it is so important to do the cleaning before you start moving your things in, particularly in the kitchen and honestly like the bathroom areas, because even if the place is very clean looking when you move in, it is still a good idea to give it your own clean. That way you have that peace of mind that the place is nice and ready to go for you when you move in. We have 2 floors, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, a kitchen and dining room to clean today. So we are going to be doing a lot. And I think the first place that we're going to start is in the cabinets. It's going to be really loud because there's nothing in here. So wish me luck. And this right here is why you need to clean your apartment when you first move in. That is disgusting. Oh my goodness. This was a brand new vacuum and it filled up that much. I am in shock about how dirty it was, because honestly, it looked really nice and clean when we got the keys and we walked in. And yeah, so that just goes to show that cleaning is a super important step that we don't want to skip. All right, we are back in the kitchen now that the cleaning is done, and the next step is very crucial as well, just as much as cleaning, and that is shelf liner. I love adding shelf liner in every single one of my apartments. Not only is it because you are covering up the probably kind of grimy and old and beat up shelves and cabinets and drawers, it also protects the surfaces from any type of damage when you move out and are a little bit easier to clean. So I have just some basic kind of clear right here, and then I also picked up a really cute pattern off of Amazon. It is like a little bit of a olive green gingham, which I thought would be super cute and kind of match with the vibe in the kitchen. So let's go and make sure that all of our cabinets and shelves are covered. That was a lot of work for one day. I got all the cleaning done, so that is good because that means it is time to start moving these boxes into the rooms that they are supposed to go in. And yeah, it just is really good that we've been able to do this and take a little bit of time with moving. And that is another one of my tips for sure, is try to give yourself at least some overlap. Now in the past, I have not had an overlap at all. And especially not to this degree. Like, we have a bit of an extreme overlap going on right now, but if you could even have like 1 week where you can have a little extra time, especially if you're obviously not moving across the country, that's completely different, or moving hours and hours away. But if you're moving within the same general area, within a driving distance, then absolutely give yourself some extra time and an overlap if it aligns, if the universe will allow it. It makes a ton of difference and definitely has just alleviated a lot of the moving stress. One of the things that you want to do is make sure that you unpack the high priority rooms first. So we're here in the kitchen right now, and I got most of the cabinets organized and things put away for the best that I can do for right now, because obviously I think things are going to evolve over time and things are going to change as we live here. But I think that this is a really good start. So now we're gonna move on to stocking our fridge and freezer, and we're gonna do that with a little help from today's video sponsor, Wild Grain. So this is my second box from Wild Grain, and Alex and I loved everything that we got in our first box, so we are so excited to have another box once again. This truly has been a lifesaver to have all of these delicious breads in our freezer, and always very convenient when we want to make a home-cooked meal. Wild Grain is baked from frozen sourdough bread, fresh pasta, and pastries delivered right to your front door. And I think the lunch we're gonna make today as we continue to unpack here are these slow fermented ciabatta sandwich rolls. I cannot wait. We are going to be making some chicken Caesar sandwiches. This is going to be so good. Now, Wild Grain saves you the time and effort of having to make fresh baked bread at home. In just 25 minutes, you can have a delicious warm loaf of bread just by taking it from the freezer to the oven and then to your table. And then you get all of the benefits of slow fermented sourdough. And if you have any special dietary needs, there are options to customize your box. This looks so amazing. I cannot wait to dig in and try this for myself. Oh my gosh, that bread too, it smelled so good straight out of the oven. And if you want to check out Wild Grain for yourself, you can get $30 off of your first box, plus free croissants for life if you use my code Alli. I have a link down in the description box, and now let's eat. So one of the very next priorities after moving into a new space is making it livable. Now that's not saying making it beautiful, it just means making it so that you can live in the space. So as you can see, obviously there's still a mess of unpacked things behind me right here, and you're gonna probably be living with some things like that for a little bit of time, especially because, you know, we've just moved in officially like a few days ago, so we're just not there yet. And so what you just need to do though is get furniture into spaces that you think it will go in, and items into spaces that you think it will go in, and that's just going to make it a little bit easier as you are adjusting and settling, just so that you can just start using it and have, you know, a nice place to chill out on the couch when you are so tired from moving all day. That is so essential. Kind of similar, but I consider this a separate tip, is making your space more functional. Things are going to change, as I just mentioned, but there are some things that you're going to notice right away when you move in that need some small tweaks. For example, this is the entryway right here behind me, and we really don't have like a formal entryway. Things are still, again, piled up. So what I'm thinking that I'm gonna do right now to just make this a little bit easier without having to install any permanent fixtures on the wall is I'm gonna add some command hooks right here by the door, just so that we have a place to put some jackets and things, because right now we don't, and they are piling up on my white chair that I DIY'd, and I don't like that because it could ruin the upholstery and things. And so just sticking some command hooks up on the wall, because I'm just not sure 100% yet what I want to do in this entryway space. So I'm thinking that this will be the best way to go for now as I think about it, come up with some plans, and especially as we start to prioritize needing jackets more, when we get more to the fall and winter time. Another area where we need to prioritize some of the functionality is all of the light fixtures that came in this apartment. I don't know why, but every single one came missing light bulbs, or the light bulbs were dead. Like every fixture was only partially like lit. So for example, we're gonna swap out the lights in the powder room right now because it is missing some light bulbs, and so yeah, we need to add some of that brightness back in. So that's exactly what we're going to do right here. Okay, so I think another thing that we need to do while we are adding all of these little functional changes and fixing all the little things that need to be fixed in this place, we also need to be writing down a list of items that we need to buy, because there are a couple things that I noticed as I was going around this apartment that it was missing. For example, some of the blinds are missing the little rod that you use to open and close them, so we need to buy some of those. And also I noticed in the bathroom, the medicine cabinet is missing the little metal plate for the magnet to hold the door closed, so we're gonna have to get one of those as well to make some of those functional changes. That's why I always recommend when you move into a new place, start a shopping list so that you can go shopping and buy the items that you need, whether that be things that are functional, organizational items, or even just like cleaning supplies, because wow, we ran out of cleaning supplies while we were working on the other place and getting ready to turn in the keys. So yeah, it's gonna be a big shopping trip and probably a little expensive, but it is going to make this place a little bit easier to live in. Next up, let's address curtains. This is the bedroom right here, and we are in desperate need of getting some curtains up on these windows. Well, this giant window right here, because it just lets in too much light. I feel like I'm not getting super quality sleep with this giant window bringing in a little bit too much light at night, and I think curtains are a non-negotiable. I will absolutely drill holes in the wall to hang curtains so that way I can get better sleep at night. That is so crucial. So I do want to tackle this today because I want to get some better sleep as soon as possible, but because we just moved, I have no idea where the curtain rods are, as well as where the actual curtains themselves are. So let's go hunting to see if we can get some curtains up on this window. So I think they are somewhere in here. Okay, I found the rods right here. I'm gonna have to somehow get in here though to grab them. I think, is it this one? Okay, that might not even be the right one. These are the old ones for the bedroom, but they're not big enough. All right, I know it's one of these that will work, so we'll start here. And I found the curtains here, which are currently supporting this stuff, but you know what? I think we can get those out of there. I'm just gonna have to set the camera down though to do it. So lucky for me, I hung a curtain over my closet to my craft room, which means I have this like massively long curtain rod that is the perfect size for this window, so I don't have to spend anything to hang up curtains in here, which I love. We're just gonna hang up the same curtains though that were in the last apartment because I love them. I think they're really cute, and over time, if we decide to change them, then we can. But hey, it's something we already have. It has some functionality, and I think they're gonna look really pretty in here anyway. That just looks so much better. I only put one panel up on the wall right now. I'm deciding whether or not I want to hang both panels, but we'll see at this point. I think right now though, this looks really good. Now another thing that I want to do is add in a few of my favorite decorations. Just some of the things that we were using and displaying in our last apartment, but I want to put them out on display here in this apartment too, because I feel like I always tend to wait to put up any sort of decor until I do a big room makeover, so a space just never feels very like put together or like home or has those personal touches. And even though we're kind of living in a mess of boxes right now, I just feel like adding in some decor touches will make a little bit of a difference and start making this feel a little bit more like home right away. I definitely say don't wait, start bringing in your personality and the things that you love right away, because the sooner you do that, the sooner the space that you are now living in is going to start to feel like yours. It's going to feel like home, and at the end of the day, you're going to have a place that you love coming home to, even if you still have a mountain of boxes to unpack like we do. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so much work. But anyways, I feel like I always preach that to you guys about just how important it is to make your rental feel like your own. And I just think that is just a step that you do not want to skip. Now, I do have a couple more like rapid fire tips I do want to share with you since we were so busy. I was not able to film anything during the actual moving process. I do have some tips for the actual move, which I guess putting this now kind of, I should have put that like more in the middle, but you know what, it's okay, it's fine. I just thought of them right now. So the first step, when you are actually moving on moving day, you want to put your valuables into your personal vehicle, because that way they're not going to get broken, they're not going to get stolen, they're not going to go missing during the move. You also want to make sure that you pack a separate box or bag that is full of all of your essentials. That is clothes for a few days, towels, any sort of toiletries, anything like that that you know that you're going to need before you can start breaking into all of the boxes, because you're probably going to be living with the bare minimum for at least 24 hours as you're starting to unload and unpack. And another big one for me, as you know, as a DIYer, I definitely recommend making sure that you always keep a toolkit handy, especially one that at least has a hammer and a screwdriver and or a drill, because those are essential tools when you are first moving into a place and also for the move out process too. So never pack away those handy tools when you are moving, because you are going to need them, and you're going to need them way more than you thought you would. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed kind of moving along with me. I feel like this process has been just so crazy because we had that overlap like I mentioned, but boy, has it still been like so exhausting, and I am just itching though to start creating and getting things set up. We have so much in store in this new apartment. I am so excited, and you guys are going to be coming along with me the entire time. So don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of the upcoming videos. And don't forget to head to the description box to check out Wild Grain. All the details you need to know are down there, including the code to get $30 off your first box and those free croissants for life. Now, if you've missed the videos of how we got to this point, I will link a playlist on the screen right here. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.